You brought your Barbie doll?
Yeah.
I like her. What's her name? What'd she say? Girl? Is that her name? Okay, well, who remembers who we've been talking about? The Israelites? First we talked about how God used Moses to part the waters so the people could get through when they were leaving the Egyptians who had held them as slaves. And then last week we talked about the people grumbling because they didn't have water. And so God gave them water, didn't he? How did he give them water?
With the rock.
With the rock, yes. And so we learned that God was still taking care of them. Well, today we're going to learn about a time when Moses had gone up to the top of Mount Sinai because God had told him to come up there, and he gave him the 10 Commandments. We've talked about the 10 Commandments, and we'll probably talk about them some more. But Moses was up on Mount Sinai, and he was up there for a pretty good while, about 40 days. And the people got restless, and they didn't know where he was. So they asked Aaron, who was also helping to lead them. They asked Aaron, they said, we don't know when Moses is coming back. Can you give us something to worship so that we can have something to follow so we'll know what to do? And so Aaron had all the people to bring all their gold earrings or all their gold jewelry. And he made it into a golden calf, like a golden calf. I don't know how big, but and Aaron made an altar for it, and that's what the people started worshiping. Is that what we're supposed to do? Who are we supposed to worship? God and God alone. That's one of the 10 Commandments. And so God got kind of angry at them because they had started worshiping this golden calf instead of worshiping him. We do the same thing sometimes, don't we? What are some things that we worship? Well, I've got a picture right here. Who's in that picture? That's me and Brother Ben, and that's our grandkids. And while we love our grandkids a whole lot, we're supposed to love God more, aren't we? We're not supposed to worship our family. Sometimes, how many of y'all play sports? Sometimes we worship sports. Sometimes we just stay home on Sunday to sleep instead of coming to worship God. But one of the 10 Commandments is to worship God, isn't it? And we need to remember that He's who we're supposed to worship, not things of the world like sports or money or our family or vacations or things like that. We're supposed to worship God, aren't we? Can y'all remember that? To worship God and God alone, okay? Okay, let's have a prayer. Dear God, thank you for this day. Thank you for each one of these kids that are here today. Lord, I pray you'll help us to remember that you created us, that you made everything that we have, and that we're supposed to put you first in our life. Lord, I pray for each one of these kids that they'll be listening to you and that they'll know when you want them to invite you into their heart. Lord, just help them to be attentive and to know that. Just go with them and help them to have a good week. In your name I pray. Amen.
Amen.
Okay.